Hi, Darrell here. I've got some things I really want to get to you that I believe are going to really do a fantastic job of helping you with your golf. There are really only three things in golf. That's all there are. And unfortunately, what happens is just the opposite. Golfers in general, I know I used to years ago, but I used to do the same thing. I was always chasing something external. Always chasing something out there, looking for the one secret that was going to make it all come together. There's not an answer out there, and you're not going to find it. You're going to always be looking for the next big secret. Now, over the years, I've given over 70,000 golf lessons in my lifetime. I've had a lot of golfers go from the teens or 20s or handicaps and go down to single digit or even scratch. And this isn't about me, it's not, I just want you to listen, because I'm going to give you some things today that would begin to help you no matter where you go for your lessons or what you do for your teaching. This is just basic common sense is all it is. But it's going to help you if you'll listen. Now, the reason I mentioned all the lessons, I've had just, I would say, less than 30 or 40 golfers in my entire 50-year career who've said, Darrell, the way you teach just doesn't work for me. Well, it's okay. I'm not for everybody. My success is based on the overall picture. It's been good for a lot of golfers. And so I began to ask these people, each one of them individually who came to me that way, I said, I got to ask you a question. Number one, did you follow exactly to a T what I asked you to do? Well, I'm not going to go into anything, put anybody down, anything like that. But the fact is they didn't. They cut corners because they were in a hurry. And that's the only reason I mention this. They were in a hurry. I know you're in a hurry too. I don't blame you. Everybody wants this yesterday. Now, I mention all that because a lot of golfers, and you may be the same way, are just ignorant about what makes this all take place. Now, as long as you are, then you're going to always struggle. You're going to always think there's something out there, but it's not true. The something you're looking for is already in here. Okay? It's inside of you. You were born with it. And I'm going to say that again. You were born with it. And your own personal golf swing is totally natural to you. You know, we've been kind of encouraged to copy Phil's swing or copy Tiger's swing or copy Bubba's swing or copy whoever, Jordan Spieth, copy their swing. No. Those guys, now listen to this, this is important. Those guys did not copy anybody's swing. There's some new news. Those guys have their own swing. They were born with it. You were born with one just as good for you. So we want to get you to your natural golf swing, what's really inside of you. Okay? When you do that, you can stop chasing stuff out there and start learning what goes on in your own mind and body, how your body works, how your mind works. Change your thinking and you change your playing. Now, all of that being said, I said there are three major things, and there are only three things to playing golf. Just three. It's that simple. They have nothing to do with swing positions or body positions or anything like that. Whether you cross your eyes or look at the ground or doesn't look up, nothing matters except these three things. The number one thing that matters, and it'll change you and help you. This isn't for me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just telling you what's going to help you play better golf, help you learn faster. You can go to David Ledbetter. You can go to Butch Harmon. You can go to Stan Utley. You can go to anybody you want. Your local golf pro, your local assistant pro. Go anywhere you want to go and take some lessons. But if you get these three things down and really learn them, you're going to be a better student, and the information you get from them is going to pay off more for you. The number one thing is hitting the ground. Say, Darrell already hit the ground. I usually hit about 2 inches behind the ball about half the time. That's all right. There's a reason for that. We're not going into that. I've got to do my best. I would like to, at least. I'd like to do my best to give you enough information about hitting the ground Until all of a sudden something in here goes, oh, for crying out loud, I can do that. That's too simple. If I can get you to sit down and think and take your time and not be in a hurry, but really take your time because you want to learn. If you really want to learn about golf, then consider hitting the ground. Now, you can take anything. You can take a stick of any kind, a hockey stick, a baseball bat, a golf club. I don't care what you use. You can use an old piece of branch that broke off or fell off a tree. I don't care what you got. Grab that thing. I'm not going to teach grip. I don't teach it. In fact, I'm not going to talk about it. Just grab it. And do yourself a favor. I don't do it right now, but I want you to think about this. Just take it and hit the ground. Okay? I know a golf swing is over here somewhere, but just take it and hit the ground. When you're doing that, pay attention. Pay attention to what you're doing. This is the key to learning anything, is paying attention. What muscles are you using when you're taking any kind of stick and just hitting the earth? You're not using your arms. You're not using your shoulders. You're using your hands. This is one of the major secrets in playing golf. All of the touring pros, let me grab a ruler here, hang on. You never see a touring pro looking like this. Somewhere up here, it doesn't matter where, so don't say, well, where do you cock your wrist? I'm not talking about that, it doesn't matter. You look at your touring pros, somewhere they've always got this going on, so they can do this, so they can hit the ground. Okay? So pay attention to what you're doing, what muscles you're using when you just hit the ground. Hitting the ground is the most vital thing that you can learn to do in golf. That's number one. Why, Darrell? Because we're going to talk a little bit in the next little chat. We're going to talk a little bit about where to hit the ground and why that makes a difference. Okay? So I want you to think about hitting the ground. If you happen to be able to eventually learn how to hit the ground from over here somewhere, who cares, and be able to hit the ground the exact same spot where you want to every time with any club you pick. I'm saying some really important stuff here, but it sounds so simple that most people go, well, crap, everybody knows that. It goes right over their head. This is so simple, and yet it's so profound. You need to listen to what I said. If you can learn to hit the ground exactly where you want to with any golf club you pick up, every time you swing, then if the golf ball were sitting on the exact spot that you select to strike the ground, you're going to always, never fail, you're going to always have good, consistent, solid contact on the golf ball. So, the first thing that we have to learn to do is what muscles we're using to hit the ground. If you're trying to use your arms and shoulders, you will have a struggle and a half. You'll really, really be devastated and discouraged by the fact that you can't hit the ground where you want to. You're only going to be able to hit the ground where you want to when you use your hands. Say, Darrell, what if I go to another golf pro and he says, get your arms going? That's when you need to be smarter than him and be able to evaluate what really takes place. And you're going to learn more about this in the next few sessions. So for today, what I want you to learn to do is I want you to sit down and think about what I've said to you. Listen to this several times until a light goes on somewhere. And you kind of say inside yourself, you know what? That finally makes sense. If I were to hit the ground the same place every time and I knew exactly where I was going to hit it, then if there were a ball there, I'd never miss the golf ball. I'd never hit fat, never hit thin. I'd hit the golf ball solid every doggone time. All right? I want you to think about that. I'll come back another day and we'll talk about where to hit the ground and why it's important and what it does for you. Okay? All right, I'm Darrell Klassen, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen up. Thank you.